Hello, what is up guys? Evildoers, I'm here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most recent patch that came to Black Desert on November 29th of 2023, going over all the events, as well as major changes that came with this patch, that way you don't miss a thing. Now I do know I missed last week's patch because of the holidays here in the United States, but I'm back and ready to give it to you just like we do every single Thursday, and quickly before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, new Black Desert, or you've been watching videos on the channel and still have not subscribed yet, please consider it. It helps to grow my channel, you to update new content, and we both win, and without further ado, let's get into it and start off with the events like we do every single week. And first things first, we have a Scarecrow AFK training event. For those of you that do not know what these are, essentially, if you go to the NPC Jamie Druker, located in most cities, or a couple of other random NPCs, but Jamie Druker is the main one, you'll be allowed to AFK train or fight a training dummy in the city center. Perhaps you've seen people walking by doing it. This will give you some EXP, and you don't have to be playing the game to get that EXP, so if you like are sleeping or at work or something and want to grind some levels, gain some EXP, that's the way to do it, and with this event it'll be cheaper to do, and there's more XP from the training as well, so that's pretty cool. Now if instead you want to actually play the Black Desert, we also have a drop rate plus 50% for the next 2 weeks. Starting through December 13th, you have a 50% increase to the drops that you're going to get while you're out and about. You can view this in game. At the top of the center of your screen, you'll see item drop rate event, item drop rate plus 50%, right in the middle of your screen. Now the next event is a super exciting event for those of you that are working on advancing your gear or want to get the new shoes that came out with this patch as well, the Ator shoes. We have a Caphor Stone event here, so for 1 silver you can extract any Caphor Stones from any pieces of gear that you may have. Useful if you're trying to push to that Caphor level 10 for the Ator shoes if you're going for those, or if you just want to get some extra money from Caphor Stones and gear that you don't use anymore, maybe upgrade it to a Black Star or something, I don't know. Nice little system there to get your money back, so this is the best time to extract your Caphor Stones, running through January 3rd. We then get into a couple of just generic events. The first one is a winter emote contest. For this one, you're going to have to create an emote, post it on the social media channels here for Black Desert, and the top 5 winners will have their emote added to the official social channels, plus different prizes here. And all the runners-up are going to get the little Snow Kid pet, so that's kind of neat, I guess. You know, we like little cute events like that. Keeping in the theme of artsy type stuff, we have the Lucatia screenshot contest. I butchered that pronunciation, but hey, you know, I tried my best. For this one, take a screenshot in the new region, again, posted on the social media forums here, locations that are posted in the event period here, and top 8 people are going to get a various set of awards right here, and anybody that participates will get a title in the Discord server, so I guess that's cool. And then finally, we have one real event that came with this patch here, and this is the Ruben the Herald for the Ball. For this one, you'll need to navigate over to Heidel or Velia. He will spawn at one of these 2 cities and rotate every 4 hours. In Heidel, the spawn location is right here, where you see me hanging out on the map, right next to Melissa Brady right here. So, right here on Heidel, this is the NPC location. In Velia, it is located across from Igor Bartali. So, Velia, we have the NPC, Igor Bartali right here. Be located right over here, where I'm wiggling the mouse. When you walk up to Ruben, interact with them, and click on the Quest tab, event special tidings from Calpheon Quest, accept, chat, and complete. Pretty straightforward. If you go in your inventory, you'll see this box right here, Ruben's Prezi. Right-click that, yes, and you'll get some rewards. First is an Enhancement Help Kit number 2, which has some cool stuff. We have an Advice of Valks box, it's going to give you a random Advice of Valks. And then we have 5 RNG bundles here that give you random items as well. So we'll just open those all up too right now. Woo! Free stuff! But anyway, pretty straightforward event. Just log on to a character, find this guy in one of these 2 cities, and pick up your free stuff. So that's going to do it for the events. We can now move on into the patch notes themselves, and the patch notes themselves bring a ton of stuff as well. So first things first, new region, Ulakita. So this region right here has some new items and new stuff that's been added to it. First of all, we have the main quest line here that's been added in, or adjusted or worked through here. This quest line right here is going to reward you the Ator's Power Stone for its completion. Basically, a worse Vel's Heart, 1 AP bonus that slots into the Alchemy Stone slot. Using my sick paint skills to do it side by side, you can see it's just pretty much a slightly worse Vel's Heart, but you get it for free from playing quests, so that's pretty cool. We also have a new monster zone, Dark Seeker's Retreat. This has new mob series, gear score of 730 is the requirements for this region. While you're fighting them, you can get the sealed artifact of Blazing Ember. In defeating that, it'll give you an Ember of Resonance. The Embers of Resonance are used to craft the new item, the Flame of Resonance, which is then used to craft the new shoes, the Ator shoes. Ator shoes are the new best in slot gear piece for your shoe slot. They can be upgraded from Urgon's shoes, or from the other guy's shoes that I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head. Muskin's shoes. Similar to the gloves, the Don's gloves, where you can swap the Beg's or Lieber's gloves, you can also swap the 2 Ator shoes. There's an evasion version and a damage reduction version. The exchange token is the Scorching Sun Shards times 200. I'll put out a full video guide on this when I finally have enough gear to finish these off, which is going to be a while. Additionally, with the new region, the Darkseeker's Retreat, we have a new artifact that drops for them, the Kabua's Artifact. This item is pretty sick, has some nice bonus stats for your character, and you can also get Kabua's fragments that go along with that. So yeah, this artifact is pretty darn good, pretty like something you're going to want to push for in the new region if you're doing some grinding. So that's it for the new region stuff. Again, a ton of stuff there, went through pretty quickly just to give you a general overview. Next up, we have a bunch of class changes, including tweaks to a bunch of scalings for the Sorceress, the Tamer, plus some changes to the animations on the skills and how they impact the universe and the world, so that's kind of cool. Maybe we got a couple of tweaks as well for the same idea. Valkyrie got some switches. Kunoichi gets some buffs along the way. Ninja gets a couple little tweaks. Witch and Wizard get a couple of scaling changes. Striker gets some scaling changes and hitbox changes. Mystic getting some scaling changes along the way, Alon getting some scaling changes, and Mago gets a little bug tweak right there. So if you heard your class mentioned, you might want to check out the patch notes to see what changed more specifically. But yeah, some nice quality of life improvements overall for a lot of different classes. Arena of Solare now has a practice match that's been added into it, so you can now partake in practice matches whenever you want. You're going to get rewarded coins for these if you're into the Arena of Solare stuff. Not as many as when a full season would be running, so that's a little bit disappointing, but you can now play just for fun without having to worry about your rank, so you can get your buddies together, do some PvP action, which is always a lot of fun to play with your friends here in Black Desert. And like I said, you'll get the Seals of Solare for playing through it, which you can then use to exchange for a bunch of different stuff. Hearts of Karna and Kudum have been added to the central marketplace, so if anybody wants to list them for 174 million silver, I guess somebody could go for it. The number of items that you can purchase in a single purchase have been improved, it looks like, for a lot of different items. I noticed when I was doing my Valencia meals, it went from 1,000 to 2,000, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, bunch of little tweaks to that to make it easier for buying and selling your various items. You'll now be able to exchange boss auras and latent auras and all that stuff for the memory fragments right off the bat, rather than needing to exchange for a weapon or something first. Just a nice little quality of life improvement there. Black Shrine bosses got some more tweaks from an addition to their previous patch update, which I'll cover really quickly here in a few seconds. Lara's daily quests have been changed to a weekly quest. Daily quests have been added for the Lukata region for grinding. Snowfield Cedar trees have had their appearance changed to make it easier to find. Would have been more relevant when Snowfield Cedar sap was going for 40k, but it's absolutely tanked here in value, so yeah, it's still a pretty good grind, but not as good as it was a little while ago. One of the coolest new features is a memo function that they've added to the UI. I'm definitely going to be making a separate video about this one, but essentially you can edit your UI now in order to be able to put skill buttons underneath each of the different skills on your screen, so that you have like an idea of what buttons you're supposed to push while learning a class. Pretty freaking awesome. Quickly, to be able to do it, if you press the K key on the keyboard and go to the skill cooldown slot section, you can see all of your different skills on your class. So for example, if I wanted to do like Foxclaw on the Ninja and say that it is Shift plus RMB, you could write Shift plus RMB and then set in here, hit the Edit UI button, turn on cooldown 1, go back to the skill menu and actually put that on the skill cooldown slot button, so Foxclaw. Change that to cooldown slot 1. And if I back out of here now, you'll see on my UI, I have a little icon that says Shift RMB to use Foxclaw, as well as a little timer for the cooldown. And yeah, pretty just awesome for learning how to play a new class. So definitely something to check out. I think it's kind of funny that they put it on the Musa. I feel like that is something to make fun of Levi, but you know, it's fine. I understand I'm bad at the game. Black Spirit's Adventure has an auto roll function for those of you that are like me that hoard your dice. So under the reward tab, Black Spirit's Adventure, you can now click the auto roll button and it'll just roll through all your dice in one big old go for you there. If you use the skill guide function, you'll also now have a cooldown bar that will slowly decrease as your cooldowns come off of cooldown, which is neat as well. Another little UI feature to help new players get into the game. Big fan of those. And then beyond that, not a ton of other major changes of note with this patch. So again, a pretty big patch, a lot of stuff to cover with that one. Pretty exciting overall, a lot of cool stuff in it. So that's everything for the November 29th patch, and then again, because I did miss last week for Thanksgiving here, we'll go through the November 22nd one as well really quickly here. So we did get a couple of life skill events, so horse taming one. We also had this Rock of Abundance event, which is actually already over because we already hit the numbers we needed to. As a group, we needed to get a total of 12 million, and we pushed over to 13 million at this point. So we're going to be getting a ton of cool stuff. Outfit boxes, Shikaku's boxes, Kron stones, Roaring bundles, all sorts of cool stuff from this event. So that one's one that's like already done, pretty neat. While you're out adventuring, you might run into a turkey, just kill the turkey. And then some more login reward stuff, so pretty straightforward there. We then went into the class changes, and the big changes were with the skill add-on system. I'm going to make a full-on video guide on this one, but essentially skill add-ons are pretty friggin' awesome now. Always max tiered and just have different cooldowns. depending on the skill that you're using, but just all in all friggin' awesome changes there. Meiwa, Kunoichi Ninja, and Witch and Wizard got some minor tweaks to their classes, nothing too crazy on that side. The next big change that came with this patch a couple weeks ago was all of the stuff for the Dark Shrine bosses, so you got better rewards, boss nerfs, making them a little easier overall, just some pretty nice stuff on that side. Life skill byproducts from gathering, as well as trading and hunting, all receive bonuses to the amount of stuff that you get from them. A new sea boss was added into the game that you can fight against, and has some major loot in it, including the Manos Sailing Log. Manos Sailing Log is kind of like the Manos Riding Crop. It allows you to be able to ride your sailboat faster. There's also lower versions of it, just like there are for riding crops, and these are both available from the NPC Zyra. So if you are interested in improving your ship's sailing speed, the NPC Zyra, who is located over here in Velia, NPC Zyra right there. Go ahead and pick those up from her. There was then a new quest added for Garmoth's Heart, which is probably something I'll make a video on, but now there's an easier way to get Garmoth's Heart. The Black Star gear crafting questline has been simplified to make it easier to craft your own Black Star gear. And then beyond that, not a ton of other major changes that came with the patch last week either. So look at that, you got 2 weeks worth of patches from your boy in one video. So, with that guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If it did help you, let me know in the comment section down below. And again, I do apologize last week, I was with the family, I was actually baking pies all day Wednesday, so... anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next YouTube video, the next Twitch live stream, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace.